everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going pulling beet. That reminds me, I forgot to tighten my brackets. Bear with me. We have the beet harvester on, service, greased, spun, everything seems to be working. We've checked, Michael checked for oil leaks, everything seems to be fine. Michael's gone to get the trailer and we're going to go meet him up in the field and we're going to make a start at pulling beet. Excuse the mess in here, we haven't come back in here to tidy up yet. And by the title of this video, we are starting to do this job on a Saturday. And I think Father Phil is just ignoring it's a Saturday, because usually we wouldn't be let do something new on a Saturday, because there's an old superstition that you do something on a Saturday, things don't generally go well for the rest of the season that you try to do it on. So I'm going to try and buck the curve and hopefully nothing goes wrong. And if something goes wrong, well then I can say never do anything again on a Saturday, or start something new on a Saturday. It is the 4th of October, I think. And the plan for today is to try and pull a lot of rounds off the field, maybe 3 or 4 load to make a start for feeding cattle, and to take back the crop from the pumpkins, so that if I need to pull more beet during the pumpkin patch, I'm not trying to pull beet around people. Get this tightened up. We go see what this field is. Here we are up here with the beet. There's our pumpkins, which we started harvesting yesterday. We're about a third of the field done, we still have a good bit more to do. So you can see the pumpkins quite literally runs alongside the beet. So the plan is to pull the headlands. I'm going to start on this row here, I think. So try and pull the headlands and get a couple of them runs up this way. But I have to go around the field, otherwise I have to drive down, drive up. Drive down, pull up, drive down, pull up. Seems a bit redundant. So I also have to try and get this into the low box. It went into the low box. So, moment of truth. You might be able to see action from there. I have to tie on my lever, push this out. She's ready. Arm goes up and down. See, that's where it pops out. I'll try and do something now to put this into, after fixing the tractor from when it broke on Jess in the spring or in the summer on the rake, we had to change the lever positions, which now means that they're in a very bad spot to try and keep engaged. Let's see, does it pop out now? No, not popping out now. Right, moment of the truth. 3 into forward, reverse, forward, my mighty steed. Right, moment of truth. Because this is the first pull-in, I need to be pretty on the ball getting her into the leaves, so that the belts get wet, everything runs. The belts are dry, I've heaped on a lot of grease and oil on them. The belts run dry, they can fall off and run through the night. So, cam, PTO on. She's engaged. Throttle up, down, and away. I hear beat anyways. I see beat. Pull her in. She just does not want to pull in. So there's an awful follow on it. So there's 2 little legs. And once you get into the row, they will adjust themselves with the beat. So flick it to the left, flick it to the right, depending on how things are looking. When you run out of beat, then when to try and get back in, my lever just is not pulling back to me at all. My next biggest problem I have, now that I'm coming to the end of the field, or the corner of the field, is that the rows, Father Phil said there's about 18 rows run that way into the hedge. I should have brought a rag with me, everything is a bit greasy here. There's 18 rows run that way into the hedge, so I have to go back to the 19th row and take that line down so I can get a straight line to the end. Go up away the camera and get started at going down the row, and we'll look when I have the first round of the field done. We'll see how we're looking. There's not much in the tank yet. Headland wouldn't be the best anyways because of compaction, but it is what it is. Just have to try and find my line going that way somewhere. Find one and just go for it and stick it. Stick to it. So yeah, and just try and avoid tramping too many beet, which is kind of hard done. But we'll probably do what we done last year and put some cattle up here in the spring to graze off a lot of beet and whatnot. So it worked quite well for us. So go away the camera and go pull beet. So we're doing the run up by the pumpkins now. There's our pumpkins. Very dirty. Just weeds really took over on us. But there is a solid ass run of beet here. Solid ass run of beet. Like, it's just consistent. It's one of the things this year. We put on new coulters on the beet seeder and we have shag all misses. So I'm nearly afraid I'm not going to get to the top of the field. The tank, I can't see the sight glass, so I have to be getting quite full. I give her more throttle, she'll throw it a bit higher. But yeah, that's a solid ass run of beet. I might just stop just to make sure I'm not going to overdo it, so I don't want to break the trace or I'll be in bother. I am full. Probably if I give her more throttle, she might have threw more beet to the front. The throttle, the alternator was slipping and she wasn't reading the RPM properly. Anyways. So this is the size of the beet. I just picked them up from what had fallen. So not overly big beet. Some big ones, but they're all pretty uniform. It's a pretty uniform block of beet. But the big thing is, I just get that in, 5 or 6 runs for me. I'd be happy. And I'd reckon I'd probably fill the hopper in each one of them big good runs. The headlands, there's not a lot on it, and I could not see what I was doing coming down. The field is actually very, very dirty, especially the far side. This side isn't too bad, but the far side is so dirty, so many weeds in it. I could not see the line of the rows. You can see there, we're not missing any beet. She is pulling lovely. It's one of the great things about pulling just at this time of the year in particular. You're looking at a great healthy green leaf. The old saying, or what I was always told, was don't pull your beet till the first frost, so the beet dies, so when you tip it and store it, that hit doesn't start to grow in the pile and heat and rot and all that fun stuff. But I'm too concerned about that. There's beet I have missed, or beet that has fallen out because I was too full. So yeah, that would be what you usually say. That's why we're not pulling it all. We're only pulling a percentage of it to just make a start on feeding cattle, and so that I can push it back from the pumpkins. So have a look at the pumpkins there when I get back. I'm not going. Hands aren't big enough to carry too many beet. Now the pumpkins are behind on last year. We're not looking at as many pumpkins per plant because of the cold spring or the cold summer, and also, as you can probably tell, there's not a lot of orange ones that you can see. We've some good white ones there, but orange ones are few and far between because they're that bit behind because of the cold weather. They haven't produced, they haven't ripened as quick. It's longer maturing. It's the same with the maize. The maize took forever to mature. The cobs are still white on it, so it's a long way off, and it's a bit like the beet or the pumpkins. The reason for this field being so dirty, especially out there, is the beet was here last year. And the problem with the beet is very susceptible to sprays, so it's quite a, I don't know what you call it. It's a different spray regime that's very hard on the beet and very hard to kill weeds. Now the Conservo beet we used, that was easier to kill weeds, but Father Phil wasn't happy with the beet, so he wanted to go back to growing ordinary beet. But then the problem with that is the weeds, and because the beet was there last year, or EirMax, this is EirMax again, the beet there last year was dirty. Them weeds got to grow, got to go to seed and reseed the ground with weeds, and then that's left us with this issue, and we've sprayed it so many times to try and get rid of the weeds. The biggest problem with the pumpkins, there's no spray you can use that won't kill pumpkins. So you're trying to spot spray in between rows, and it's, yeah, not that great. But anyways, I'm going to stop ranting and raving, wait for Michael to come, we'll get unloaded, and then I'm going to go do another round and come to drive back up empty and finish pulling this row out. I can't let Michael come down to me here because he'll drive across pumpkins. So, I'll try and get some space spread out here, but yeah, happy out. 99 might just be a bit too big a tractor for the trailer that's on it. We'll see now. Backing in now for load number 2. Can kind of back round them, so it's a little bit easier, I suppose, that way. Where the dirt, the heavy dirt is at the far side of the field, is impossible to see the rows. I mean, I am really struggling. I'm pretty sure the first run of the field I done had discrepancy. I didn't stay on line. I could have skipped 4 or 5 rows, which isn't great now, but you literally cannot see jack shit. So when we fill this trailer load, we'll go back to the go stay at this dinner time, then I'm going to go off and do something else. Probably buying heifers. I think that's what we will want to do next. Right. Here we go again. Please see. Put you on. Buckle on, not too much. Forward. Drop. And we're pulling away. We keep at it. It's a lot of concentration. Checking where I'm going forward. Checking how it's pulling behind me. Check where I'm going forward to see I'm going offline again. Check behind me to see I'm going offline again. That's pulling me. We're trying to keep online. So, all good?
Yeah, keep on.
Okay.
How you want to pull? 3 or 4 load?
Yeah, let's pull to dinner time anyways. It's an absolute mop of Dawkins and Charlotte.
I was sure I knew you were going the wrong way. You were talking straight to from the
Yeah, I thought it was this side of me. Doesn't matter, but once you get to them trees there, you can't see the rows.
Right, I go for the coffee. You keep pulling.
We'll go for coffee. Right, we'll go for coffee. We'll come back to it.
Somewhere between love and madness, I gave up all the sadness.
More remote control for the camera so you can see what's going on. So I can move the camera, you can see the beet going up nicely into the tank. So yeah, it's looking quite good. So we're just coming to the end of the row. So I can't get around the field without emptying the tank. So I'm working it that Michael's currently sitting behind me. The only issue that I'm currently having is the level of weeds at the far end of the field is being an absolute pain in the ass. It keeps blocking up the harvester on me. No, it's not too bad. This side feels quite good. Oh, Michael's backing in actually there. Oh, I didn't see that, right. Try and get alongside him now. Oh, beautiful job, beautiful job. So we're just filling our second trailer now. As I said, the hardest bit is getting around the field. I can't get around the field without getting too full, and we haven't enough clear to the headlands to be able to pull in at any point of the headland just to fill it out. So that's a bit frustrating at the minute, but shouldn't be too bad. ground conditions are brilliant. So they are absolutely fantastic. Couldn't ask for better. Try not to drive over any pumpkins. After having the first breakdown, we have 7 or 8 runs pulled, but we have our first breakdown. Dinner is ready now. I don't know whether we're going to pull much after dinner or not, but the shear pin, this is the shear pin in here, which I can't get out. Oh, I can't get out, is after breaking. So just have to get a new shear pin, bring a few with me. So yeah, an awful fright. Went round the corner, bang, 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 bang. PTO shaft had fallen off. I think I'm going to stay at it. I was only going to do a bit. I want to get heifers in, but the weather, it's nearly too good to stop pulling beet. You know, it's too dry. It's just the ground conditions are too good. We only have 2 load in yet. What's killing us on time at the minute is the runs going down. When the weeds get bad, I couldn't see where I was going the first run, so I ended up veering about. I veered a lot of rows, so I'm ending up that I'm pulling and have to drive round and down to the bottom, pull the headland just to try and straighten that out, which is quite annoying. And then the weeds as well are causing me issues over there. But yeah, just ground conditions just could not be better. Could not be better. And I'm probably at the point now where I could let Michael follow me around the field and unload me when I'm full wherever I am, because I have enough pull now that he should be able to just drive around, follow me around, like, it should be grand. So he's just driving back in the field after tipping the second load. Try to figure out whatever way the runs go here. It seems to be a run and a run and a run. There's 3 rows there that end, so I might pull them 3 rows in my next round. But anyways, we'll go get dinner. We'll replace this. And if it doesn't rain, I think I'm gonna keep pulling beet. I just don't see why I wouldn't when the weather is so good. Conditions perfect. Happy days. So just walking along the headland. Have me bolts and whatnot, fix it. Very few beet missed on the headland, so I'm quite happy with that. Just after having the dinner, and we've got the green light to stay at it till the heavy rain comes. So whether that be half an hour, say we've at least more than half an hour, there's no sign of heavy rain in the horizon, but stay at it till we get the heavy rain that's forecast. Why not? Conditions, everything is as good as it's going to get all year, so we'll make good use of it. The camera's set up, and I forgot to press record in showing me putting that in. Yeah. I love it. You get kind of caught up in what you're doing and forget that you're supposed to be making a video. Now that we've the field opened up quite a bit, Michael's going to start driving to me to collect the loads wherever I am. So it'll take maybe a round or 2 before we kind of figure out exactly where it's going to fill each time. Make life a wee bit easier. Instead of taking half loads and bits of loads in certain areas where we're trying not to drive over stuff, at least now we might be a wee bit more efficient. Let's go speed this up a nice bit now, so slower back out. We're ready to rock and roll again. Just in forward. It's a bit of a pain. Right, PTO. Throttler on, around 1900 RPM. This follows me around a bit. Drop that down. Back in line. We're back lifting. Just after realising I filmed the whole bit with Michael there looking at the machine and the camera wasn't around. Anyways, we're having a bit of an issue with a mechanism that falls in and stops letting the bin come down, and the weeds in the field are a big issue. But apart from that, we're getting on alright. Just waiting for the rain to start. We're talking, it still says on the phone 35mm of rains to fall today, and it's supposed to be raining at the minute. It's very windy, but that's all we're getting, so can't complain. We'll keep going while the going is good. And there's the rain. So the rain shouldn't affect pulling it, except for ground conditions will start to get a bit tricky, but we'll fill out this trailer load and I think we'll leave it at that. We have a good start made, so probably went around the field about 12 times, I'd say. I've lost count, to be honest. I wasn't really keeping track to lose count, but I'd say about 12, 14 times. So We'll fill this load and then we'll leave it at that. Oh, there's something with this. Right. And that is us leaving the field. So, I would call that a successful start. The weeds are desperate. The beet is over hectic, it's quite small. We'll see what's in the pit. But from what I see every time I have to get out to unblock it with weeds, about 4 times every run I have to unblock it. So it's pretty dire now. Is there anything we can do? I'll show you when we get back to the yard. I'll show you the pile, I'll show you what we might be able to do. But all in all, the machine is working exactly how I wanted to. It's doing a good job and we're getting through it. And hey, for a Saturday and being told that everything goes wrong on a Saturday, we surely did not have anything going wrong on us. So, superstitious, I am not. No, it's not. A little bit of clay on the road. Michael's just passed out the 4th load there now. So we don't quite have the rounds off the field. We still have another 4 rounds. There's still 4 more rounds to fully take the rounds off the field. So there's a lot of muck on the road. It's to be very wet, 35 mil of rain, it'll wash it all off the road. Good. We weren't bringing out any muck in that rain. But yeah, so 4 massive trailer loads, about 4 the fulls of this. So yeah, here's all this. Well, we'll get back to the yard, we'll show you what it looks like, I'll show you what I think we'll do for the next day to try and help with the weed problem. Father Phil kind of mentioned it at dinner and I think it should work, but if we still have the bits or not is another question. Anyways, it's a good start and nothing apart from the sheer ball broke for starting on a Saturday. I'm happy with that and touch wood, it stays like that for the rest of the season. So there's our 4 load of beet. Actually looks more like 3 load. We did pull 4 load. So that's the kind of size you're looking at for reference to my hand. My hands are quite big now. But yeah, they're not big. It's not as big as last year, so our fresh weight yield is probably going to be down. Could probably crown the beet a wee bit better. There's a good bit of leaf material in there. Shouldn't really matter. We'll pull it as we kind of need it to a certain extent. But that's the beet. So what we have to do, and hopefully make the weed easier. It's not currently on this, but there should be 2 knives or 2 discs, like what you see on the plough disc. You can see that's probably where that one broke off. There should be one that side there too. I'd say especially if we got this one, which will cut, use the disc on that should cut weeds that are coming onto the row. Hopefully. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyways, look, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We were successful. We've beet pulled, we've beet to feed cattle. Everything I wanted to do today has been done. So I would call that a successful day. And the machine has worked well. It's just the beet just isn't over hectic and the weeds are a curse. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.